Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, January 5th, and we are in a new year, and we are also in a new text set this morning. So we are going to start off this year, 2021, with a couple of folk tales this week. So it's going to look a little bit different because you are going to be doing your assignments on your new Chromebooks. So what's going to happen is on the first slide, you will see the read aloud, the video of me reading the story. And then on the second slide, you will see your assignment, which will be your writing assignment, except this time you won't be writing, you'll be typing it out. Okay, so the most important thing I want you to think about while we're reading this story and while you're listening to this story is the moral or the lesson. So we have our character Ping, okay, and Ping lives in China. So our setting is going to be China, and this is going to be a Chinese folktale. Now, a folktale is something that was told a long, long time ago, and it usually teaches us a lesson through the character's words and actions. Okay, so we already know that our setting is going to be China. This is a Chinese folktale, and it's going to teach us a lesson. And our author or our reteller today is Demi. And this story was passed on a long time ago, okay? And it's designed to teach us a lesson. So we're going to learn a lesson from our main character, Ping, here. And our title is called The Empty Pot. So as I'm reading, be thinking about what lesson you are going to learn here. And I also want you to pay very close attention to our main character, Ping, because at the end of our story, your assignment is going to involve writing a letter to Ping. All right, let's get started. The Empty Pot. A long time ago in China, there was a boy named Ping who loved flowers. Anything he planted burst into bloom. Up came flowers, bushes, and even big fruit trees, as if by magic. Everyone in the kingdom loved flowers too. They planted them everywhere, and the air smelled like perfume. The emperor loved birds and animals, but flowers most of all, and he tended his own garden every day. But the emperor was very old. He needed to choose a successor to the throne. Who would his successor be? And how would the emperor choose? Because the emperor loved flowers so much, he decided to let the flowers choose. The next day, a proclamation was issued. All the children in the land were to come to the palace. There they would be given special flower seeds by the emperor. Whoever can show me their best in a year's time, he said, will succeed me to the throne. All right, so let's think about the word successor. What do you think the word successor means? So we have the emperor, and he's looking for a successor to succeed him to the throne. What do you think about how the emperor plans to choose the next emperor? So the successor is going to be talking about the next emperor of the palace. What do you think about the current emperor's plan? And who do you think might win? Or who do you think might be chosen as the successor? This news created great excitement throughout the land. Children from all over the country swarmed to the palace to get their flower seeds. All the parents wanted their children to be chosen emperor, and all the children hoped they would be chosen too. Why do you think they want to be chosen as the next emperor? And why do you think their parents want them to be chosen? When Ping received his seed from the emperor, he was the happiest child of all. He was sure he could grow the most beautiful flower. Ping filled a flower pot with rich soil. He planted the seed in it very carefully. So let's look at our question here. So based on what you know about Ping, what do you expect to happen to the seed that he plants? So think about what we learned about Ping at the very beginning. What do you expect to happen as he plants his flower seed? He watered it every day. He couldn't wait to see it sprout, grow, and blossom into a beautiful flower. Day after day passed, but nothing grew in his pot. Ping was very worried. He put new soil into a bigger pot. Then he transferred the seed into the rich black soil. So let's take a second to pause here. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think his flower seed is going to actually bloom now that he moved it to a bigger pot with rich black soil? Another 2 months he waited. Still, nothing happened. By and by, the whole year passed. What do you think you would do if you were Ping at this time? He's used to planting and things blossoming and flowering up as soon as he plants them. But now he's planted this flower seed from the emperor and he really wants it to bloom, and it's been a whole year and still nothing has bloomed. So what would you do if you were Ping? Spring came and all the children put on their best clothes to greet the emperor. They rushed to the palace with their beautiful flowers, eagerly hoping to be chosen. So here we see all of the children rushing to the palace with their flowers that they have grown throughout the year with that seed. Ping was ashamed of his empty pot. He thought the other children would laugh at him because for once he couldn't get a flower to grow. So here we see all of the other children's flowers, and then there's Ping with his empty pot. His clever friend ran by holding a great big plant. Ping, he said, "You're not really going to the emperor with an empty pot, are you? Couldn't you grow a great big flower like mine?" "I've grown lots of flowers better than yours," Ping said. "It's just this seed that won't grow." So what is Ping blaming it on? Think about that. What is his excuse for no flower? Ping's father overheard this and said, "You did your best, and your best is good enough to present to the emperor." So I wonder why all the other children have beautiful flowers that have grown from their seeds, but Ping has nothing. Do you agree with what Ping's father says? Let me read that again. His father says, "You did your best, and your best is good enough to present to the emperor." Do you agree with his father that he did his best and that it's his best is good enough? Let's see. Holding the empty pot in his hands, Ping went straight away to the palace. The emperor was looking at the flowers slowly, one by one. How beautiful all the flowers were! But the emperor was frowning and did not say a word. What do you think about how the emperor is acting? He sees all these beautiful flowers and yet he doesn't seem to be happy. Why do you think he's not happy? He's frowning and he doesn't say a word. But there's all these flowers. I want you to look very closely at the illustration. Can you find Ping? And how do you know which one is Ping? Take a second to look. Finally, he came to Ping. Ping hung his head in shame, expecting to be punished. The emperor asked him, "Why did you bring an empty pot?" Ping started to cry and replied, "I planted the seed you gave me and I watered it every day, but it didn't sprout. I put it in a better pot with better soil, but still it didn't sprout. I tended it all year long, but nothing grew. So today I had to bring an empty pot without a flower. It was the best I could do." When the emperor heard these words, a smile slowly spread over his face, and he put his arm around Ping. Then he exclaimed to one and all, "I have found him. I have found the one person worthy of being emperor. Where you got your seeds from, I do not know, for the seeds I gave you had all been cooked, so it was impossible for any of them to grow." I admire Ping's great courage to appear before me with the empty truth, and now I reward him with my entire kingdom and make him emperor of all the land. The end. All right, so like I said at the beginning of our video, I want you guys to take some time and really think about this story. It's got a really good lesson that goes along with it, and the lesson is learned and taught by Ping himself. What do you think the lesson is? Think about what Ping did throughout the story and think about how you can relate that lesson to your own life. Okay? I would say Ping here is like a hero in the story. So your writing assignment on the next slide is going to involve writing a letter to Ping. Okay? And you're going to write that letter to Ping as if he is the hero of the palace. Okay? And what you're going to do is you are going to write a letter to Ping explaining why you think he was a hero in the story. Okay? So on the next slide, you will see your writing assignment. Go ahead and type out that letter. You are already going to see where it says "Dear Friend" or "Dear Ping." You don't need to type anything there. And at the bottom, it will say "Your friend blank." You will type your name at the bottom, and all throughout the middle of the assignment of the slide is where you will type out your letter. Okay? So if you have any questions, just send me a message and we will set up a Google Meet to help you figure out what you are needing help with. All right, and I will see you guys on Thursday for our second folk tale. See you later.